What's going on YouTube? Kamikaze Von Doom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How's it going? Now today is September the 17th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we're going to start off here in Washington, D.C. We will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor of the video is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Here we go. Starting with the Base of Ops, and at the top we have the Safety Distance. This is the named SIG MPX with Perfect Outsider as the talent and Health Damage as the attribute. This is not the best named weapon in the game. However, if you do not have this fully proficient, please pick up duplicates and donate them to the expertise system. That way you can get this fully proficient without ever using the weapon. Like you can see right here, mine is fully proficient, and I've never even used the weapon before. I'd rather not. Moving on, we have a converted SMG9 with magazine size and ignited. Not bad with the ignited, but I would change the magazine size off for something like damage to targets at a cover. Following that, we have a G36 with crit chance and measured, and finally a Diceros with close and personal and optimal range. Looking at the gear items, we have a Zoo backpack with explosive resistance, skill damage, and concussion. And then finally a Providence defense chest piece with glass cannon, weapon handling, and skill damage. Looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.1, drone duration 6.3, turret +1 extra sniper, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.8. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the Base of Ops, not really, no. All right, moving on to the Countdown and Clan vendors. Remember, these are located in both DC and New York City, but I'm going to go ahead and show you them here right now while I'm in DC. Starting with the Countdown vendor. Here we go. And, ooh, the close. That's a good closer. That's a good harmony. All right, so starting off at the top, we have the Big Show. This is the named LMG with Perfect Thunderstrike. And remember, they did change Perfect Thunderstrike to give you shock, abilities after the third kill. So that does make the weapon a little bit better. I personally still have not used it. Let me know if you have a Big Show, build that you can swear by. Maybe I'll consider using it. I'm just not a big Thunderstrike fan. I would rather use something like St. Elmo's Engine. But this one does come with headshot damage. I would switch that over to armor damage. Now, going to the two big items, we have the closer, right? So this is Perfect Spotter. This is one of the best chest pieces in the game, and this one already comes with near max armor and crit chance. This is going to be a must-buy. So what I would do is either recalibrate the weapon handling to crit damage and go double crit, or you could go crit headshot, or you could go crit armor regen, you could go crit hazard, you could go all these other options, but as long as you keep the crit chance on there with that high armor, this is a really, really good chest piece. You'll need that crit chance for something like the Kingbreaker with Perfect Flatline, which is an assault rifle, and it needs crit chance. So having that on this chest piece is perfect. Enjoy. That's a really good chest piece. Highly recommend. And then finally, we have the Harmony. Another great item to use. This one with max rifle damage, which automatically is amazing because all you have to do is recalibrate the magazine size off for, say, damage to targets at a cover, and you'll already have 2 out of the 3 attributes maxed out. You don't need crit damage fully maxed out of the rip, but for rifle damage and damage targets at a cover, it's perfect to have maxed out as soon as possible. And then remember, this one comes with Perfectly in Sync. Using this with something like a drone turret build, you could get another 40% damage for both your skills and your weapons just using this. Really, really strong. And that is it for the Countdown vendors. So let's go over to the Clan vendor. Now, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. Our clan is on all platforms, PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. If you are interested in joining the DoD, make sure you go over to my Discord server, and there are some tabs over there for you to put your name in the pool. Whenever we get spots open, I'll jump over there to Discord, and I'll let everyone know, hey, I have spots open, first come, first serve, and then we fill up the clan again. So go over there, put your name in the pot, be good to go.
glad you're
With
here.
that being said, let's jump over to the clan vendor. Now, starting at the top, we have the Cold Relations. This is the named PP19 with Perfect Strained, which is a very strong talent. However, the PP19 is just such a bad weapon. And this is a great one to pick up, too, with damage to targets at a cover. I mean, this one is nice on paper, but the reload speed is horrible. The RPM is horrible. It's just not your best bet as far as DPS, whether it be burst DPS or overall DPS. It's just not in the running. But again, same logic applies as that safety distance from the other vendor. If you don't have this fully proficient, pick this one up, donate the duplicates, and then get it fully proficient without even using it. Perfect, right? Moving on to the gear set items, we have a Foundry Bulwark backpack. Now, ooh, and pair of knee pads. Nice. And they're both decently rolled, too. Not bad. Yeah, Foundry is very strong. You can use this with a armor regeneration build. You can use it with a pistol build. You can use this for the Dark Zone. You can use this for PvE. You can use it for anything. I mean, Foundry Bulwark is very strong, and in fact, this backpack used to be a raid exclusive. So whenever the Iron Horse raid came out, I believe in year 2 or year 3, this was a exclusive backpack that you could only get from that raid. Now, back in year 4, they started putting all of those raid exclusives into the general loot pool. So now you're able to get the Foundry chest piece and backpack, as well as the Future Initiative chest piece and backpack in general loot. So this is a great one to pick up. A lot of people slept on it because it was a raid exclusive for a few years, but then, you know, they added it to the general loot. And I like to remind people to just pick this one up whenever you can. Remember, the backpack cuts your healing down in half. In half. This is a very, very strong backpack. And that's why I try to do this spiel whenever I see it, because it's such a strong backpack. Remember the makeshift repairs on Foundry Bulwark? That's 25% of whatever damage you're taking is given back to you. And with the backpack, what it does is it cuts that in half. Instead of over 10 seconds, it's over 5 seconds. And you'll see a big jump in your healing because of that. And this one comes with crit hit damage. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, the knee pads are more of a must-buy in my opinion because it has armor regeneration on there. But both of these are rolled pretty decent for the armor that you could just make them both max armor regeneration and be good to go. And then finally for the, another great one. Heartbreaker chest piece with armor regeneration. Are you kidding me? That's pretty damn strong. You could make that into like a never die build because you could have all of that bonus armor and have armor regeneration on top. Oof, that's dirty. That's a good chest piece. Going to the high-end items, we have a Police T821 with accuracy and in sync. A Prophet. This is the named Magnum with Perfect Determined, and this one with accuracy. But because it comes with Perfect Determined, you could just change the accuracy to damage to targets at a cover and be good to go. And another thing with these weapons, same with the Police T821 and all of these named weapons, if you don't have them fully proficient, this is the easiest way to get your expertise levels up. Just buy these weapons that you're not going to use and then just donate them as duplicates, and you'll have these weapons fully maxed out without ever touching them. Next up, we have a M1A CQB with accuracy and reformation, an AKM with, really, really high stats. Holy crap. But it comes with headshot and eyeless. I'm not a fan of either one of those. Dude, that sucks. This is a really good AKM, but the bottom attribute and that talent are poodoo. All right, moving on. Paratrooper SVD with damage to targets at a cover and close and personal. This is a really good SVD. Just change the talent. So if you like using a Paratrooper SVD, this is a really good one to use. Just change that close and personal to whatever it is you want, and you're good to go. Now, as far as the gear items, we have a Grupo holster with weapon handling and health, and then a Lingmo holster with weapon handling and armor regen. Looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.7, skill duration 8.8, turret skill haste 6.5, and shield holstered regen of 4.3. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the clan vendor. The Foundry pieces are very... Dude, all the gear set pieces are very strong, to be honest. Just change the armor for the Heartbreaker and you're good. And then just max out the bottom attributes on those Foundry Bulwark pieces. As far as the high-end items, the Paratrooper SVD was the best out of the lot. And then, of course, that Prophet with Perfect Determined is pretty nasty. I mean, you could even use that with the Foundry Bulwark build and that Bulwark Shield, and then just do headshots with that sucker. I mean, that would be disgusting. All right, we're done with the base of ops. Let's go to the campus. Now, we're going to travel west. We will double back east. Our first stop's the campus, so if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. I am going to have to show you a brand new bundle that just came out today, and we also have the Moon Cave event, or Moon Cake event. There you go, Moon Cake event going on right now. But we got to get through these vendors with the campus. Starting with the Tabula Rasa. This is the named LMG with perfectly steady-handed, and it comes with swap speed. Following that, we have a M700 Tactical with vindictive and health damage, and a GR9 with damage to armor and preservation. That's not bad for this GR9. I keep having people tell me to use it. I'm just not a big fan of this weapon. I don't know. Moving on to the gear items, we have a Grupo mask with explosive resistance and health, and an electric holster with armor regeneration and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, we have Skill Haste 10.1, Chem Launcher +1 ammo, Hive Range 4.0, Pulse Skill Haste 4.7, and Trap Duration 4.3. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the campus. Not really. I mean, the GR9's not bad, but you'd have to change that bottom talent. And the Tabula Rasa, I would just pick that one up just to get it fully proficient. Now, after the campus, we have our Dark Zone vendors. Now, the first Dark Zone vendor is DZ West. Now, I'm sorry, I meant West. And then remember that these Dark Zone vendors only take DZ resources. So go to your inventory, tab over to your resources tab, and just above the keys, you will have your Dark Zone resources. So for example, you can see here I'm at 356 out of 999. So that means if I run out of Dark Zone resources, I have to go into the Dark Zone and either pick up the little blue boxes, or I have to pick up contaminated items, deconstruct them into Dark Zone resources, and then extract them. So there's a whole process there. What I typically do is I'll do my exotic component farm, and then as I'm doing that, I'll pick up the little blue boxes on the way and just pick up DZ resources and exotics and never have to extract or anything. Makes life very easy. But all right, with that being said and done, here is Dark Zone West. West! Let's go. Now, starting off at the top, we have the Everlasting Gaze. This is the named rifle with Perfect Perpetuation. Now, remember, Perfect Perpetuation does not increase the status effect damage or duration. It only decreases the cooldown. And that's been my problem with this weapon since day one, is that it doesn't really make the talent better. It just lowers the cooldown by a little bit. It's just not my cup of tea. Now, this one does come with damage targets out of cover, which is strong, but again, you could use something better with normal perpetuation and still get the same effect. Moving on, we have a M870 Express with crit chance and fast hands. And finally, for the weapons, a SIG 716 with headshot and strained. Looking at the gear items, we have Future Initiative gloves, crit chance. Breaking Point knee pads with crit chance. Habsburg Guard gloves with weapon handling and health. And finally, Palisade Steelworks knee pads with health and skill damage. Looking at the mods, we have Blind Def Resistance 8.4, Seeker Mine Damage 4.2, Shield Holstered Regen 4.3, Firefly +1 max target, and Decoy Duration of 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ West. Not really. I'm really not gonna recommend any of these. Nah, we're good. All right, take our talents down south to the deep south. DZ South, let's go. Let's get it. We're going down south. Come on. There we go. We found a shiny demon in the middle of the road. And he's sad.
If I don't have it, it's not worth having.
Fair enough. Here we go.
Nice
DZ South.
to see you.
Anarchist Cookbook with double crit. What? Yo, pick this one up. Pick this one up. All right, so, yeah, I already told you. Pick this one up, double crit, Anarchist Cookbook, all day. You could change the armor to a weapon damage and go hella crazy with the damage, or you could just max out the armor. I mean, either way, double crit, that's what you want, right? That's really good. Perfectly Wicked all day. Now, the high-end items. Yo, a Vector 45 is must-buy. Yo, this is a really great Vector. So this, let me see if I can show you the one that I have, and then I'll just compare it. Yeah, there you go. All right, so check this out. This is the exact same thing that I have, okay? I use this for almost all of my Vector build videos, is this exact Vector. So you can pick this one up and just change the bottom talent to Flatline. Remember, Flatline, it amplifies all of that damage to pulsed enemies. So you want that over the spike all day. You want the damage to targets at a cover. The SMG damage is decent to where, I mean, you are going to be optimizing quite a bit, but it's still a really good weapon. Overall, it's super strong. Really, really good weapon. Highly recommend. Following that, we have a F2000 with armor damage. I mean, that's another really great weapon. All you'd have to do is change the bottom talent. But it being a F2000, I would probably just stick with the Shield Splinterer. But that's just me. And then finally, we have the 93R pistol with accuracy and salvage. Going to the gear set items, we have a Eclipse Protocol backpack with repair skills and a hardwired chest piece with skill damage. Looking at the brand set gear items, we have a 511 backpack with vigilance, armor regen, and skill damage. And finally, Overlord chest piece with tamper-proof health and status effects. Looking at the mods, we have skill. No, that's not skill. That's crit chance 4.6. Drone damage 4.1, turret damage 4.1, and sticky bomb burn duration 4.0. I don't know why I was trying to say skill when that was clearly crit. Maybe I'm just trying to talk too fast. My bad. I'll slow it down a little bit. All right, so DZ South, Anarchist Cookbook, double crit. By all means, definitely pick that one up. The Vector 45, damage targets at a cover. That's another must-buy. Just change the talent to Flatline. And before we go to DZ East, let's take a trip to the Castle Settlement. Now remember, you need to go to the Descent entrance because it's quicker, and you can pet the dog and then run over there to the vendor.
Program active.
Now I know these vendor reset videos are pretty long. That's why I try to talk a little bit quicker, but I get a little tongue-tied. My bad. Hey, look at the doggy. What up, Ransom? Make sure you pet the dog, all right? It's good for the soul. Makes you feel good, you know? Don't you feel better? Come on. The dogs are happy to see you. You're happy to see them. It's a mutual happiness engagement. And before the music blares out my eardrums, let's run over here to the Castle Vinda. And here we go. Starting with the Quiet Roar. This is the named Stoner LAMG with magazine size and perfect overwhelm. Following that, we have a SRS A1 with rate of fire and sadist. And finally, a M249 Bravo with swap speed and perpetuation. Looking at the gear items, we have a Empress mask with status effects and hazard. This is a great mask. What I would do is recalibrate the hazard off for skill damage. Go skill damage status, and you're good to go. And finally, Richter and Kaiser holster with crit chance and headshot. Not my cup of tea. Looking at the mods, we have skill haste 10.2, cam launcher radius 5.7, hive +4 stem charges, pulse radius 8.5, and trap duration of 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the campus. The castle. I'm really not feeling any of these, to be honest with you. I mean, the Empress is nice, but again, that's going to make you fixated only on status and skill, when it's better to have one with skill damage. That way you could change the status sometimes to skill haste, and it could make the item a little bit more universal, where this one, it kind of just puts you into the corner where you have to use status. It's still very strong, but I don't know. And then finally, for the Dark Zone vendors, we have DZ East. Now, don't go to the main entrance. Go to the Alpha checkpoint, and then just exit out of the checkpoint. This is a lot quicker than going to the main entrance, even with hitting this little double loading screen. Come on with it. Here we go.
Access complete.
And then just exit the checkpoint, and here's your vendor right here to your left. If you go to the main entrance, you'll spawn way out there, and then you'll have to run all the way through the courtyard. All right, so here we go. Oh, must buy, must buy, must buy, must buy, must buy. Go to DZ East right now. Claws out For all you bonk build lovers, for all you people that were like, yo, I just can't get the claws out for the bonk build, here's your chance right now. DZ East, pick up this holster right now. Just change the skill haste to an armor core, put it on your bonk build. You'll get 500% melee damage to go along with your 500% melee damage from your Lady Death. So put that together. I promise you, you'll love it. It'll put a smile on your face. Here come the bonk builds. Following that, we have a surplus SVD with damage targets at a cover. Another great SVD. All you have to do is change that bottom talent to whatever it is you want. And then finally for the weapons, a military M60 with stability and unhinged. Looking at the gear items, we have a future initiative mask with skill damage. Aces and Eights holster with crit damage. The Golden Gear mask has weapon handling and status. And then the Murakami holster has skill damage and headshot damage. Looking at the mods, we have Skill Haste 10.3, Chem Launcher Burn Strength 6.3, Hive Reviver Armor Repair 8.5, Pulse Health 15.1, and Trap Duration 5.9. Now must-buys from DZ East, most definitely pick up the Claws Out. Everything else, I mean, the surplus SVD is not bad. It's very similar to the other SVD that I was just showing you. But, I mean, still, you can pick this one up as well. And that will leave us with one more stop in Washington, D.C. before we jump over to New York City, and that is the Theater Settlement. All right. The Theater. Here we go. Big money, no whammies. Come on, man. Contractor's gloves, and they're... Dude. Oh, I love it. All right, best in slot gloves right here. Contractor's gloves, and they're pretty much maxed out. All you have to do is change the status effects to whatever it is you want, and you're good to go. I mean, I can show you right here. I have the exact same pair. All I did was change the bottom attribute to whatever it is I want, and I will forever have maxed out contractor gloves. And you can have the exact same. Just go to the Theater Settlement right now and pick these up. Change the status effects to, well, I have crit hit damage, but you could go crit chance, go whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Perfect. Moving on, we have a KSG shotgun with crit chance and killer, a M16 with headshot and reformation, Grupo gloves with weapon handling and health, and Brazos de Arquebus knee pads with weapon handling and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, we have Ensnare Resistance 8.5, Seeker Mind Skill Haste 5.0, Shield Health 4.2, Firefly Speed 8.3, and Decoy Duration of 6.0. Now must-buys from the Theater, the Contractor's gloves. All day, pick these up right meow. Did you say meow? Do I look like a cat meow? Am I drinking milk out of a little bowl? Meow? Meow, listen to me, meow. Oh, man. That's such a great movie. Ah, so good. Christina, you come to my house and you get my wife's name
Safe
right.
area detected.
I just threw another completely different movie at you. Let's see if you catch it. All right, here we go. Last two vendors, we have Marco and we have Roy Benitez. Starting with Marco.
Want to make a trade?
We have the enhanced AUG with swap speed and killer, followed by a black market M60 with max headshot and reformation, an urban MDR with headshot and strained, and a X45 with optimal range and preservation. Looking at the gear items, we have a Murakami backpack with health, explosive resistance, and vigilance, Empress International knee pads with armor regen and weapon handling, and finally a Yuzina Getica mask with headshot and repair skills. Looking at the mods, we have crit chance 4.3, crit damage 10.1, and turret skill haste 5.8, pulse radius 8.8, and trap duration of 5.5. Now, must-buys, things to look for from Marco, not really. I wouldn't go to Marco. And that, my dear agents, leaves us with one more vendor, Roy Bunny to Earth. But wait, make sure you pet the dog, man. Make sure you pet the dog twice. This one you interact with twice. The first one, it's just a normal, you're petting the dog, but that second interaction, well, that second interaction's random. So it could be one of, who knows, 5 different interactions. Here we go. He could roll over. He could try to shake our hand. Let's see. What are you going to do this week? Whoa! Whoa! Oh! You did a little psych out there. Nice. All right, here we go. Roy Benitez. Yo, why? What? I have to talk to him? What? Bro, are you serious right now? All right, Roy Benitez.
How can I help you, Agent?
He didn't even talk to me. They just wanted me to hit that button for what? All right. Military, AKM, crit hit damage, and vindictive. Following that, we have a SRS A1 with stability and flatline. Not bad, actually. That could be interesting. I've never used the SRS A1 with flatline before. Wouldn't it be better with determined, though? I don't know. Interesting. All right, moving on. We have a Urban MDR with accuracy and determined, and a X45 with stability and reformation. Looking at the gear items, we have a Golan backpack with hazard, skill damage, and vigilance. A Grupo knee pad. Ooh, you can make these double crit. Just change the status off for crit chance, have double crit. Grupo knee pads, not bad. And then finally, Sokolov Concern mask with skill, haste, and status effects. Looking at the mods, we have crit chance 4.4, skill duration 8.4, drone duration 6.3, pulse skill haste 5.0, and trap duration 4.2. Must buys from Roy Benitez. To be honest with you, I mean, the only thing that actually looks good is the Grupo knee pads. You can make these double crit. Be good to go. All right, moving on. Well, actually, moving on to the finish line. Because that is it. Yo, why is it making me talk to Paul Rhodes? What's going on here? Like 10,000 hours into the game and it wants me to talk to them again? What's... Okay. Anyways, that concludes our weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, September the 17th. I am Kamikaze Von Doom. I hope you found this helpful or informative, and if so, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. I do daily Division content, so ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division video. But again, I'm Kamikaze Von Doom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out. All right, who else do I need to talk to around here? This guy?
Okay, I'll admit it. I misjudged you. These 3D printers are lifesavers.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.